If you've not met me before, my name's Lisa French. I work part-time in an office in London usually. At the moment I'm working from home, and I'm also a hypnotherapist. I teach people to use hypnosis and self-hypnosis as a shortcut to relaxation. Today's video is something totally different. Not something I'd ever intended on doing or planned on doing, but it was a suggestion from a friend I was talking to about 5 minutes ago. Talking to her on WhatsApp via the video. Many of us are using different ways of communicating with people at the moment because during the corona pandemic crisis we're not able to meet up face to face. So thanks very much for the suggestion, and so I'm going to give it a go. Basically, I haven't told you what I'm doing yet, have I? You might have noticed I'm in my kitchen, little swivel around there. Ooh, that works out quite nicely, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm in my kitchen and I'm going to make for my dinner tonight halloumi curry. Most of the recipes I use are Weight Watchers recipes. I love their recipes. I discovered them about a year ago and it's transformed my life actually. Maybe I'll make a video about that. But so today halloumi curry, and it's all their recipes actually in their app, which is really easy and accessible, and that's what I use most of the time. But today, of course, I'm recording the video, so I'm not actually using my phone. But I have got some of their books as well, and you can see this one, Veggie and Vegan Recipe Book, which came out sometime in 2019. I use this one quite a bit, and today we are making halloumi curry. You might want to make it along with me perhaps. And so halloumi curry, which is on Blue Plan, is 12 points, but it's absolutely delicious. It is one of my most favourite recipes that I've come across, and I've done a lot of cooking Weight Watchers recipes, and everything I made has turned out well. I haven't had any disasters. A few things I've made several times, and as I say, it's totally transformed my way of life in terms of cooking and eating, but also in terms of my health. I do feel a lot better than I did when I was eating ready meals, cheese sandwiches and chocolate. So today, halloumi curry. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this. So this is a kind of demonstration video. So the first thing I need is a large onion, thinly sliced, 2 garlic cloves, red chilli, or I haven't got any chilli at the moment, and actually I don't like things really hot, so I'm going to get the onion and the garlic cloves. I've got a little vegetable rack down here which you can't see. So 1 large onion, I've got 2 little ones, and garlic here. So I'm going to get out my chopping board. Actually, I've got that out already. It's a cat shape. Actually, it looks dirty. It's just a bit marked because I've had it probably about 20 years actually. So that's that. Ooh. Knife in the dishwasher, but it's clean. Just haven't got around to unpacking it yet. I do highly recommend the Weight Watchers recipes, but this one, preparation time 10 minutes. Let's see, shall we? I do find it takes me quite a lot longer. It may just be me, it could be, but I do find that. So it's just something to bear in mind when you're planning, that it might take a little bit longer. So let's get chopping up, shall we? I don't know if you want to see me chop an onion. I don't suppose that's going to be very interesting. Turn it down a little bit. There you can see. Okay, I actually did my degree in hotel and catering management, and one of the things I learned actually was how to chop things up, and the key thing is to have a really good sharp knife. So this knife again I've had for absolute years. It does make a difference. any chefs that I came across during that part of my life are probably thinking, actually, he's not doing it quite how we do it. But anyway, the things I have learned definitely have made it a lot easier for me. Oops. Okay, right. Let's get going. So if you're making along with me, get chopping your onions. If you're not, you're just watching for pleasure, you can just relax a moment while I chop up the onions. Actually, I haven't done those in a very catering professional way, to be honest. But there we are. Get the skin off that one. This one. So I tend to get the ingredients out first of all and get them ready before I start the cooking, actually. Oops. Some people perhaps like to have a bit of relaxing music on in the background while they're cooking. Others probably like a bit of peace and quiet. That's more me. Actually, I don't chop things, I think it says finely chopped, but actually I chop things in quite a chunky way. Okay, right. So that is the onion chopped up. The garlic, this is a bulb of garlic for anyone who's completely new to cooking. And the cloves are these little bits here. I think it said 2 of those. Out. Down there, I've got my vegetable kind of waste recycling thing. So I think in the London borough that I live, we've probably had them for a couple of years now. Before that, they gave us free compost bins, which was quite good. The only thing was that they tend to attract mice. Well, I say mice, it was a rat actually. So one day, you can imagine, I was having my breakfast in the garden the day I wasn't working, relaxing, and I thought, oh, I'll just put the fruit remains directly in the compost bin. So I lifted off the lid and then there was this rat kind of looking out at me, which gave me a bit of a shock, not that much of a shock. I used to live in the countryside and there were rats around there. So it wasn't like a new thing or a scary thing particularly for me, but it did give me a little bit of a shock to see that. And I tended to put my vegetable offcuts and things in there once a week in one of those compostable bags. So I thought it was probably like having a Sainsbury's delivery every week when I drop that in. I can see the lighting is coming and going on the video. It's just getting a little bit dark here. It's about 7:30, I think. So I'm busy talking now. Yeah, so apologies for the lighting. I might turn the light on in here in a minute. Actually, I'm looking the wrong way, but I've got a really nice view down the garden from here, so I tend to kind of turn the light on for the last minute so that I can enjoy that, even though today I'm facing the other way. Okay, right, so I've peeled the garlic, and I mean you can get, in fact I've got one, the garlic crusher, but they're a bit fiddly to clean, frankly, so I tend to just chop them up. There we are. So that's the large onion sliced, 2 cloves of garlic sliced. So what's next on here? So chilli, so it says say half red chilli, de-seeded and finely chopped. If that's your thing, you can add that. 1.5 tablespoons of mild curry powder. So let's get that out. mild curry powder. Here it is. You can't see me, can you? That's no good. And then I have a little plastic tablespoon bed. Matches the pot of the curry. So that's that ready. And then the next thing on here, 400 grams of tinned chopped tomatoes. Now they have been very difficult to get during this corona crisis. So let's hope I've got some in the cupboard. I'm taking a bit of time because I have a feeling I might not have got any. And oh, now I found some. Phew, that was lucky. Chopped tomatoes, tin of those. I'll just take the lid off there. Lovely, so that's that. And so the next thing on the list is 300 ml of vegetable stock made with 1 stock cube. So put on the kettle. Used to have a nice pink kettle, but after several years that went wrong. Matched my pink toaster. So I've got a grey one now. I've noticed that colours, when I bought this, it was either red, grey or cream. That was the current colours, the current fashion for kitchen things. So I would have preferred a coloured one. But anyway, so I'm just filling up the kettle at the moment so you can't actually see me. Even though I live in London, there's quite a few things I can see out my kitchen window. So kitchen, and also quite often some squirrels and things like that. So it's nice to be able to do that. So that's boiling there. 1 stock cube. I keep all my little things in a basket because I find that's easier to and out the cupboard. So these are the herbs and spices and things. And I've got a feeling I might need some others, so actually I'll put that out on the bench there. And this is also that I like to, all the vegetable stuff I like to use. So one of those. The noise you can hear is the kettle in the background. So 300 ml. I'll get out the jug. Jug, 1 stock cube, which I'm just going to unwrap. I could turn you around a little bit actually. You might prefer that. Stock cube into the water. How are you enjoying the video? If you're enjoying it, please do click the thumbs up. If you're making it along with me, which I hope you are, then I hope that you are getting on well. So that's the 300 ml. Just there. And we'll give that a little stir. I've never ever done anything like this. But anyway, so there we are. They take a little while to dissolve actually, so just leave that dissolving to one side. So what's the next thing? Let's check that's still recording. Okay, 200 grams of green beans, 250 grams of, it says light halloumi because this is the Weight Watchers recipe book. So let's see, just get those out the fridge. Now the fridge is right here, so just hold on a moment. Would you like all my pom-poms on my fridge? Right. So green beans from Sainsbury's, 200 grams in there, so that's perfect. And the halloumi, which I'm not sure if this is a light one or not. No, I don't think it is, but that's fine. If you're counting your points, you'll need to readjust the recipe depending on whether or not you have got the light halloumi. And this is, how many grams is this? I'm sure it's on there somewhere. Oh, 225. So I think it said 250, so that's fine. Actually, let's just cut that open now. So like I say, what I tend to do is to get everything ready before I start the actual cooking. I just find it a bit easier to do that. Just cut into that. So that's ready. I know that that needs to be chopped up. Let's get out of the chopping board. Chop this over here. So I'm looking down the window. Actually, I also created or made a crochet rainbow, which is here. This is what people are putting in their windows as a symbol, one of a symbol of hope. But this terrible global crisis that we have at the moment will come to an end, which it will come to an end, I feel certain, but we don't know when at the moment. And also as a thank you to the NHS staff, the carers, and I mean everybody really who's continuing to work out there and doing the jobs that help our country carry on. So the street cleaners, the people that empty the bins, all the council work and things that's going on. In addition really to the NHS, I think all those people, the postmen, the delivery people, there's a lot of them, and I think a lot of those roles aren't necessarily that highly paid. Not really, people don't always appreciate people in those kind of roles, and it's a real opportunity for us to focus on what is important and just to remember all the people working really hard for us at the moment and who are needing to go out to do their jobs. So actually if I turn it around you might see it on my window. So there it is on my window. So, and this is to the garden, but I think, yeah, that's what I've done, so I put that there. So a slight digress really. That's why the recipes take a bit long, because I'm talking to you. Okay, so let's chop up the halloumi. It just goes into cubes basically. And I love halloumi cheese. If you haven't used it before, it's a really good recipe to have a go with it and experiment. It's a funny texture. It's quite rubbery really, and very different to most other cheeses. This recipe makes 4 portions. My favourite thing to do is to make it for a friend. So use 2 portions, and then I've got 2 more portions to eat on other occasions myself. But now we're in lockdown, I have 4 portions all to myself. Okay, so that's the halloumi chopped up. Extra important to wash our hands at the moment. All the time. Actually, that's not a proper hand wash, but I did wash my hands properly before I started. Just between different tasks like that. Put that in the bin. Okay, right. So that's the halloumi ready. The beans, which I have here. The beans, we're just literally chopping off the end bits and slicing them up. So I'm going to put these on the same chopping board here. I think there's enough space. Do you like green beans? I was very pleased to be able to get these in my click and collect order this week. It's been very difficult to get click and collect slots. I usually have home delivery, but at the moment, understandably, Sainsbury's are prioritising those slots for people who are in the vulnerable category who aren't able to get out. I'm very grateful to my friend with a car who picked up my click and collect order. Okay, so I'm just neatening these up, cutting the little bits off the end. I mean, to be honest, it's probably are quite edible, these bits. They just have a little taily thing on the end there, really. I might turn the light on in a minute. It's getting a little bit darker. So time is going by. The 10 minutes as suggested. Yeah, we haven't actually started cooking yet. But anyway, cooking is quite a nice thing to do for the well-being, on your feet, moving around, stretching and doing something quite creative, really. Okay, right, so that's that. How far are we through? Okay, next thing on the list is 400 gram tin of chickpeas drained and rinsed, and then after that 2 pockets and pouches of rice. So I actually use mini naan breads, that's what I prefer. And again, if you're doing Weight Watchers, just kind of swap out the points. It's really good in the recipe on the app. It shows you exactly the point numbers for the different things. So that's that. Yeah, so chickpeas I'll get out the cupboard. Small handful of fresh coriander and lime wedges. Well, unfortunately, about nearly half my click and collect order, the items weren't available, and limes were one of them, so I don't have any limes. The coriander, we're all having to make things last a little bit better than usual. So I've got this plant here, which doesn't look too bad in the picture. It's past its best, but anyway, it's still got some leaves on there that I'll be able to use. So what I do is I just get the kitchen scissors and chop a few of them off. These plants, I do find they dry out very quickly. So in terms of keeping them going, it's quite important to keep watering them quite regularly, because they dry out quickly and they don't last long. I know from experience they don't last very long if they don't get enough water. You can see in the background I've got some chives over there, they're thriving quite nicely. Okay, so I've got that, haven't got the lime like I say, the mini naan breads I've got over here. I absolutely love these. I don't know how many points they are, although I follow the Weight Watchers plan. At the moment I'm not pointing with what I eat. I feel quite able most of the time to kind of manage my weight myself without needing to do that, but it's a very handy thing to do if you are wanting to lose weight or you need some extra help in maintaining your weight. So that's those. These are quite good because they can go in the freezer as well. So once I've opened the packet, taken one out, then I'll pop the rest in the freezer for next time. So that's that there. So I think we might have got all the ingredients together now. You'll be pleased. Oh, the chickpeas, just get those. So again, down in the cupboard, on the floor. Ooh. Now again, this was something which I had on my click and collect order, but there wasn't any chickpeas. Tinned goods are very difficult to get hold of at the moment. I still have these times, I don't know if others do, where I think something like that, and I think is this really happening? Because earlier on this year we would not have ever imagined that in London, that in this country, we would not be able to get ingredients, because we have been very spoilt up until now, in my lifetime certainly, where the supermarket shelves have been full and things have been very plentiful. But chickpeas, very hard to get. Got a couple more in my cupboard. I always tended to have quite a lot of things that weren't perishable, so I was glad for that because I've been able to use them up. So here's the chickpeas, so I'm just going to rinse those. So what I do, go here, open the tin. You can see now why it does take me a little bit longer than the time they said. And also I do quite enjoy looking down the garden. I don't usually make videos, I'm not normally talking to somebody when I'm cooking. So it's taken me a little bit longer than usual to be explaining. Okay, so swoop. Here's all the chickpeas. I'm very keen on chickpeas. I think they're a great ingredient. Oops. So that can sit there. So that is ready to go. So now we do have everything we need. Spill that a little bit. I've got a movement disorder, so I can be a little bit wobbly at times. So holding a can that was very full of liquid. It's a little bit of accident, but that's fine. I'll just wipe that up. Okay, excellent. Actually, I don't need anything else from here. I suppose the only thing I could put in some chilli flakes actually, because I didn't have any chilli, so I'll put that in. So this can go back in the cupboard. Okay, right. So now we have everything that we need. Now, because it is getting a little bit dark, I am going to switch on the light. When I switch on the light, I've got a fan that takes out the kind of cooking smells and the steam, but actually I might turn that off because I imagine that you can hear that in the video. What I will do instead is I will open the window, my llama keyring. Okay, right, so let's do that. And I'm going to close a door through here. So the curry smells can stay in the kitchen. Okay, excellent. So mist a large non-stick pan with cooking spray and set over a medium heat. Add the onion, cook for 6 to 8 minutes until soft. Stir in the garlic, chilli and curry powder. Okay, so the spray, that's a Weight Watchers thing, and I just tend to put a little bit of oil in the frying pan. Do that, a medium heat. There, the garlic things in the bin, vegetables in the bin. Turn that round a little bit so you can see the frying pan. Okay, so let's just get the oil heated up a little bit. Out the wooden spoon. So I'm putting the onion in now. And you can see my hands are a little bit wobbly when I do things like that. I think quite a lot of people have various different conditions that can cause that. There's a condition called essential tremor. If it's a new symptom for you, it's worth checking in with your doctor. find out what's causing it. For me, I know what it is. And it's caused by my dystonia that I have. Fortunately, there's a lot of things I'm able to do. It doesn't really cause me any particular problem. Just need to be a little bit careful sometimes. Okay, right. So that's the onion. And like I say, that's going to be fried for 6 to 8 minutes. Then the garlic, chilli and curry powder. So what I tend to do, just move the pot like this, put those things in there. Garlic, 1.5. So again, actually, things like this sometimes I find a little bit more challenging. And I mean, some things, I don't know if it is me or if it is just, yeah, maybe it is just me, but sometimes I think perhaps things could be manufactured in a way that is a little bit easier to open. Especially something like curry powder, because if I'm not careful, I could end up covered in it. So I might try with a tea towel, see if that helps. So that's coming off now. Okay, so I'm just going to give the onions a bit of a stir. Oops. So they have burnt a little bit whilst I have the chili powder. If you're cooking something, keep your eye on it. Okay, so 1.5 tablespoons. I'll pop that in here with the garlic. Like that. And the chili flakes. I'm just going to put a few in. As I say, I don't like things to be too strong. Actually, when you're putting something in like this, it's always a good idea to, rather than pour it directly into the bowl, just put it in something else, because, well, me particularly, but anybody could, your hand could slip and you end up putting quite a lot in. So pop a bit of that in, like that. Now these two go back in the cupboard. So that's that. So I think I've probably got this a little bit higher than medium actually, because it is cooking quite quickly. So I think that's probably done enough to the next stage. So now I am going to be stirring in the garlic, chilli, curry powder and cook for another minute. So that can go there. You see what I'm doing? This isn't going to be like watching something on the television, I'm afraid. You just have to use your imagination, because I've just got the camera on my tripod over there. So, oh, this smells lovely. Yum yum. So cook that for a minute. Okay, I know that actually. Okay, right. That's there. And then the next thing I think is to add the tomatoes. Stir in the tomatoes and stock and simmer for 15 minutes. Okay, so stock there. I'm just making sure that the stock cube is completely dissolved, which it's not actually. And take a little bit of time to squish them about a little bit to dissolve them. Tomatoes I've got here ready. So I'm going to pour in the tomatoes, which I've got here. Sometimes I just rinse it out with a bit of water to get the final bit out as well. be a bit hotter than medium at the moment. There we are, I'll put that out. Can't be seen from where you are, but it's looking very nice, I can tell you that. So just pour in the stock that I made earlier. Squish the cube up a little bit as I do that. Okay. So that. So I put that back on there. And so that leaves there to simmer for 15 minutes. So meanwhile, cook the green beans in a pan of boiling water until just tender. Drain and set aside. Now, I'm going to save a little bit of time here. I'm going to put them in the microwave. So a microwave saucepan. This way, microwave saucepan, pop the green beans in there. I may not be washing my hands quite as much as perhaps other people might do. I live by myself and I've not been going out, so I would imagine that I don't have any coronavirus, that I'm not not infected in any way. And also I found that I have suffered quite a severe reaction from my hands to hand washing when I was going out a little bit more and this first started to happen, and literally something very strange happened to the skin on my hands, which is healing up a little bit now. But I would have quite a problem, I think, if I had a job where I did need to be out and about and be washing my hands all the time. My skin just did not like it at all. I have got quite sensitive skin. But anyway, it's fine now. They look a bit kind of more aged than they did before. Okay, so while that's simmering, what I tend to do is that I do any washing up that's needed. So just put the washer in there for the green beans. I've got a little kitchen, so I need to do the washing up before I can access the microwave. And these taily bits, the green beans, go in the vegetable pot. So how are you finding this video? If you're not cooking along with me, I imagine there's some bits that you're thinking, hurry up Lisa. But if you are cooking along with me, I hope that it's going well for you. This is starting to boil quite a bit, so I'm going to turn that down now because it said to simmer it. Give it a bit of a stir. So it's a bit later than usual that I started making my dinner tonight. So actually, I might do a little bit faster than what they've said, actually. So I feel quite hungry. So that's the halloumi, the coriander and the chickpeas over there. And then I'm just going to wash up these things. I have got a dishwasher, but I find that some of the kind of plastic cooking things, not all of them go that well in the dishwasher, and they take up quite a bit of space as well, so I tend to, whilst I'm in here anyway, quick wash up something like a tin opener. I'm I'm not sure that would go very well in the dishwasher. Okay, right, so oops. Put a little bit of water in with the green beans into there. I would cook those for about 2 minutes. So it's probably a bit noisy at the moment because I've got the microwave on and also the boiler came on for the hot water when I put the water for the washing up liquid. Just going to turn that down a little bit because I can hear it boiling. So it's bubbling away. It smells absolutely delicious, I have to say. So let's see where we're at on this. It can be washed up as well, actually. So, now this is a bit, so it recommends frying the halloumi. I don't do that, I pop it straight in. It gives it a kind of golden thing, and I'm sure it's a very nice thing to do. So after the 15 minutes, stir in the halloumi, chickpeas, green beans into the curry and cook for another 6 to 8 minutes till the chickpeas are warmed through and the beans are tender. So the beans will be cooked already, and then it says season to taste. It talks about preparing the rice. As I say, I'm going to be having a mini naan bread, so which I will just pop into the toaster, so I'll get that out in a minute. And then stir with the coriander, the lime wedges, which I haven't been able to get because of the coronavirus, but you know, it's in the scale of everything else, it really doesn't matter. I'm sure it'll be delicious. And I think, does it say? Yeah, a bit of natural yogurt, which I just put on the top. Yeah, so I'll get out the natural yogurt. I do like a bit of yogurt. Oh, there we are. That ready, because I think this is not actually going to take me that much longer now, because really I'll be popping everything in a minute. Let's wash this up. This is my toaster here. Oh, God, I need a cameraman, don't I? Or a camera woman. That's my toaster here, so I pull it out so it's not underneath there when I'm using it. I'm not actually going to put it in the toaster just yet. I'm not actually going to turn it on. I'll just get one of them out, pop that in there. And so I was going to put it in the freezer, but actually I'll be having this Halloumi curry again tomorrow night. So actually I'm just going to put a little thing on it like that. Pop it there for tomorrow. So that's ready to go down when it's nearly ready. So, oops. So the green beans are here. There's the microwave. I've drained them, taken out the water. So I'll pop the green beans into there. Can go straight in the water, not water. Chickpeas. Probably can't really see very much, but anyway, the can of chickpeas that have been rinsed and drained, pour those in. Straight in the washing up. That's what I like about my little kitchen. Hardly have to move my feet around to do different things. And then the halloumi as well can go in. So this is getting quite a full. Actually, you can't see it, can you? Because my lovely pink toaster is in the way. See it better now? Oh, yeah, there it is. So, so that's that. The halloumi. that in. So my frying pan is getting quite full now. So it smells absolutely gorgeous, I have to say. And it is really, as you can see, a very easy recipe. And is also very nutritious. So you've got the chickpeas, tomatoes, halloumi, green beans. Okay, right. So that's everything in there. So I'm going to turn that up a little bit. So I've got the yoghurt ready to garnish it with. The coriander, and then I have got the naan bread here. So I do like to get super organised when I'm having my food. So I'm just going to check I've got enough water in my glass on the table. Probably what would have been a good idea would be to actually have the water in here and be having a drink while I was making it, but anyway. I'll have some now. Like a lot of people, I'm always aiming to drink more water. But I find I very easily get distracted. Let's give this a bit of a stir. Okay, so I've got the water ready now nearly. So glass topped up. Let's take that back in here. So I realised I was just pottering about in there, getting things a bit organised. I realised you were in here by yourself. Okay, right, so, oops. Knife and fork. Whenever I possibly can, I like to eat my meals outside, but it's dark now and it is a little bit chilly. And so what I do is I turn on my outside light so I can look down the garden and look at the patio and my plants and things like that. So I find that's quite a nice thing to do while I'm eating my dinner. So this is gradually heating through the halloumi and the chickpeas. And as I say, it does smell absolutely delicious. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, actually, this might be a very good idea. You can get a bit of an idea what it looks like. Look, actually, let's turn this down a little bit. You can see. There we are. Yeah, it looks totally amazing. It smells gorgeous. I've made this a few times, so I really like it. So that's that. We can go back in the drawer because it won't be used very much. Get the plate out. Actually, that doesn't look very clean. I don't know what's happened there. Occasionally I find with the dishwasher it maybe just leaves one or two little dry things on there, but that's absolutely fine now. So that's that. I quite like my plates to be warm when I'm having a hot meal, otherwise I find that it goes cold quite quickly, and I'm not a very fast eater. So my top tip for plate warming is using a bit of boiling water. So I'll put that on in a minute. So we're getting pretty close to being done now. So I'm boiling the kettle to warm up my plate. Okay, so I should have turned you around, shouldn't I? So I've just done a little bit more washing up, so that ideally what I quite like to do is to get washing and drying up done before I have my food. And with a dish like this, it works out quite well. Do that while the last kind of bit of heating is happening. I'm a real morning person, so by the time I've eaten my dinner, so I think actually it's 8:30 now. I do try and eat a little bit earlier, but it just depends. Yeah, I won't really be wanting to come and do any washing or drying up after I've let my dinner go down. So it's good that I can get that done. And like I say, the advantage of having a little kitchen is that I don't really need to move around very much. So this is looking good now. It's boiling nicely. Turn it down a little bit. So I could probably eat that now, but actually I'm just going to finish up this last bit of drying up before I actually dish it up. So let's move that out again. So I'm going to put the naan bread to warm in a minute in the toaster. So I hope that you've enjoyed this cook along video, making a nice healthy meal. I realise on YouTube some people will have edited their videos right down, because most people haven't got half an hour usually to sit and watch a video, but I just thought I'd experiment. Video editing is quite time consuming. I'm not an expert on creating videos. I'm able to edit them. It's quite a fun thing to do actually. It's something I learned to do when I first set up my YouTube channel. But actually, I think I might just put it on as a real-time video. And so then, if you like, you can get the ingredients and you can make along like a Weight Watchers make along recipe. But it, as I say, it has completely transformed my life, these recipes, and being able to plan ahead, something which previous to discovering Weight Watchers wasn't a priority for me. Food was fuel. I did enjoy going out for lunches, out for meals to people, and I did occasionally cook for people when they came around to visit, but very rarely cooked anything for myself other than perhaps put pizza in the oven, or I used to make soups actually from time to time. That was something I quite liked making, but beyond that it was rather limited amount of cooking. Went on in the kitchen. Okay, right. So I think these are looking pretty good. I like things to be quite clean and tidy. That's that. Oh, actually, I've just got something. Okay, haven't done the board yet. Right, so I think we're ready to let's turn you can see what's going on, hopefully, the plate. So, like I say, I get the hot water. I usually do it over by the sink, actually. In fact, I will do that. So I put the plate on the drainer, pour in the boiling water just over the plate. If it's a cold day, I will do that, and then I will do that again. Down the plate to get nice and warm, and I'm going to do for that. Just going to move the coriander. Actually, I've got quite a lot of coriander. It's probably more than I need, actually. Anyway, there. The spoon out the yogurt. Pop this in here. Being washed up, hands, rinse them out, and the recycling. Are you still with me? Hopefully you are. That's that done. So what would be nice is that the kitchen is pretty much going to be clean and tidy, which is how I like it. And then for pudding, I've got some Weight Watchers things in the freezer. So I've got banana and peanut butter ice cream, which is just literally those two ingredients, and I think it might have some cinnamon in it as well. So that's something which I make from time to time and keep in the freezer. I've also got some frozen yoghurt bark, which has raspberries and actually has a little bit of chocolate in, so I'm very keen on that. And I think at the moment I've got Terry's chocolate orange in it, just a small amount. That's quite nice. And also I've got some vegan ice cream made with some unsweetened almond milk. I've got one that's got vanilla seeds from vanilla pudding, and the other one that's got some stem ginger stirred into it. So that's very nice. I've got 4 different choices of puddings in the freezer. I'm not sure which one I'm going to have tonight. So got those that I can have afterwards, and yeah, this is boiling away nicely, so that's ready. Let's put the naan bread down, get the yoghurt open, and I'm ready to dish up in a minute. Let's get the spoon out. Okay. So, this is the first time I've done this, so do comment below if you found it helpful. I'd love to hear from you if you've made the halloumi curry with me and how you found it, because it is a really delicious meal. I do absolutely love it. And as I say, actually, if you're not talking and explaining how to make it, it doesn't actually take that long to do. So, yeah, there it is again. That's how it looks in the book, Weight Watchers Vegan and Veggie and Vegan Cookbook, and also in the app if you are a Weight Watchers member, you will have access to that. So okay, so I think we are very, very close now to being ready. Leave that there. So what I do with the plate is I just put the boiling water down the sink, and then bring the warm plate over here. Obviously if you're using the oven you can put the plate in the oven to heat up, but when you're using the hob like this then you're not able to do that. So this looks amazing. So let me dish it up, that down. So I put the plate as close to it as I can. Actually I might lift it up. Okay. And so that's the naan bread just popped up. So although I'm wondering if I might put a bit halloumi in than usual. So that's something to think about if you are doing Weight Watchers, because that's probably the thing that has the most points in the recipe. I'm going to grab a spoon and get out a bit more of the juice onto my plate. You can see actually that make off the plate a little bit. Just neaten up the edge there. Close the window now. Okay, so I'm going to put the coriander on the top there, and then the yogurt, a bit of that on the side. A spoon for that, just go straight in the dishwasher. Actually, it's clean, so it can just sit there for a moment. And I'll put it back in the fridge. And what I'm going to do, actually, the naan bread, I'm just going to put on that plate. So, oops, a bit more there. So I've got the naan bread there. And then the halloumi curry, and the yogurt, which looks totally amazing. So that's the end of your video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still watching, it's been a long one. That will tap to dry out. And so I really hope that you enjoy the recipe. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. And if you have liked the video, do give me a thumbs up. If you like the cook along video, I'm very happy to do more cook along videos. And actually, I've just seen, it looks like it's taken me an hour. Would that be right? Anyway, do let me know and I'll create more. Maybe a shorter one next time, because I think an hour sounds like a bit extreme. But anyway, thanks very much to my friend for suggesting it. It's been a bit of fun, something a bit different to do while we're in this lockdown situation. So hopefully I'll see you next time for the next thing I'll do is probably going to be another wellbeing at home video or a hypnotic video. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.